Alright guys, so I wanted to come back and do another video of my early days in pressure washing in 2021, right before I was COVID or C1, the Delta virus attacked my body and was sick. So I want you guys to sit back and relax and watch my beginnings. Yeah, guys, so the 2.5 had been used a few times. I made some money. I started right then and there investing back in myself by different guns, a shut-off valve. Also, I bought that downstreaming injector, which I didn't need because the 2.5 I bought, Simpson Honda, came with a downstream. A few shooter tips here, just exploring and learning the machine as I went forward. Right here, I'm just doing a walk around with the customers. I'll let you guys listen to that conversation. And I was just talking and not really knowing much, but I was giving the impression that I was really good at this job, which I had not been doing, not even 2 months. So I'll let you guys listen to the rest of the conversation. It's a good walkthrough, maybe about 5 or 6 minutes long. So hope you guys can enjoy the conversation of my one of my first customers and getting paid for the job. I believe it was a $450 job, driveway and home. Over here,
right.
Yeah, and that window right there.
Right here too. Yep. Cause that's just gonna spread.
Okay.
Right up here, it look like. Yeah.
Getting a little mold going around here.
Yeah, I'm like, God, where's this
dust
stuff coming from?
I don't know if it's mold. It could be dust.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how old and
this
how long
has
has it been?
2004.
And how long has it been cleaned?
Oh, I last cleaned it about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
2017.
See around you get around 12, 18 months, you kind of start seeing some stuff going back.
Oh, okay, okay.
So 4 years is a good little time to not give her a little bath, you know.
Right. Right. So that's there. I just walk around. Build it up on the side too. It's the bottom of these right here.
That everything. You know, don't put in my mind I'm working out a price to just to do the whole thing.
Right.
That's what I'm looking at. So clearly, guys, I'm walking around looking at the property, and we actually had to come back a few days later once I looked at everything and kind of pictured in my mind how I wanted to do it. This was the first time I ever tried to downstream a house, and I absolutely was nervous about putting chemicals on there. He's explaining that he want me to do this little thing he's gonna be fixing up and rebuilding and just everything. I was looking at everything. He also had a shade in the back there. If you didn't see, my hand is in the way right there. But I was nervous, but yet confident enough to know that I could accomplish this job, guys. But there's the back shade back there. I also did that right there. And it was challenging because at first I started off with the long range tip right up next to it, and it put some lines in it, but he didn't notice it. I was thankful that he didn't. It was a big property, so I had to pull my 2.5 around, and he was wondering how was I going to, accomplish getting at the top of the home without a ladder. I had my little 8-foot ladder, but I had the long range pink tip to pull the chems. So what eventually happened, my chems wasn't working because I put that injector that you guys saw previously just now in the clip, and it wouldn't pull because it already had a downstream bypass already on it. So I couldn't get it to pull chems of 75 feet. So I don't even much remember if I even used a downstream. I think I just used my backpack sprayer. Yes, that's what I used, the backpack sprayer, which took about 3 hours to do that home like that. So we're just breaking it down, and I'm giving him the best breakdown and why I use chemicals and how it's gonna look. So let me let you guys listen to some more what we're talking about. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I'm just looking at making sure any damages and stuff.
Right.
So if you decide, try to show you probably decide, hey man, just do it, the whole thing, once it down. I can get all up there with my sprayer. You know, I have a strong.
Talking about this second level?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I see on the side back there that grain on.
Yeah. See back there. We'll make sure all that's done.
This side yard here kind of soaking, so.
Oh yeah. Denham Spring has a good bit of non-drainage grass over there.
Exactly.
It don't drain good.
It used to not be like this. I guess within this past few years, I noticed the difference.
And see if you give me the job to do the whole house. Certain little surface areas here, I will kind of put a little bit more power, which would be switching to a more of a jet stream just to get your bricks nice and bright. You know what I'm saying? Because my low pressure that I use is for not to tear up your siding and get it real clean. But when you get to a little bit more here, I'll put a little bit more pressure.
Right.
I don't put no high pressure on nothing like your side.
Right.
So to come here and do a soft wash through the whole home except for here, which would be the same, and do your driveway and patio, probably about $550, $600, Bo. Yep.
So my total?
Everything. So guys, if you're into the business, you'll know body language. He wasn't good with that quote, so I rearranged the quote to $450. It's ready to that bond. Look at that bond. I'll be back. So guys, right here is when I began to watch all of these videos where guys had trailers and they were setting up their trailers. I had got that fever. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, found me a trailer and say, well, I'm going to hook mine up like them. But eventually I changed my mind and just used it for my WuSah mobile. And right here, guys, I'm back at that property that I gave that quote to, walked around with the homeowners. This is my first time using any chemicals. I was pointed in a 5-gallon. Actually, that was like a 3.5 or maybe 3-gallon to 4-gallon bucket. And you'll see me put a little Dawn soap in there that I had watched Dan's vlog or whatever. So I was getting ready to guys to go and experiment. So, you know, I'm looking at the property. I'm back there and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna spray because my downstream wasn't working. Yeah, guys, so, you know, I'm back there. You can see me with the pump-up sprayer after the downstream was not working. I tell you, man, this job was something, but I was able to get it dead by the grace of God, man. I needed him that day. I had charged this guy this money. He was willing to pay. He had the check ready. I'm out there with the 2.5 gallon per minute with the turbo nozzle. You know, just trying to, you know, get it dead, man. And it took a long time. I was burnt out. So I'm gonna let you guys check this video out after that. All right, guys. So this is a small tutorial on how a 2.5 per gallon pressure washer does not answer all the questions when you're doing a pressure wash. So yesterday I ran into some issues where my downstream injector would not pump out my solution. And I was so frustrated, I had to run out to buy a pump gallon to get the job did. So my point to this is, after evaluating this morning when I came home to find out why wasn't my downstream injector working, my solution was I had a 100-foot hose and a 50-foot hose connected to the generator, which not allowed enough pressure to come through the line to pull out the solution. Okay? So when I got up this morning and I tested it out, I put the same system I had yesterday that did not work. I redid it at my home. After I noticed it wasn't working, I took the 100-foot hose out and put back on the 25-foot hose. And it worked perfectly with the 50-foot water hose. So my 25-foot pressure line and 50-foot water hose worked perfectly. So the moral to the story is, let me get back in the camera. The moral to this story was, if you use a 100-foot hose, 50-foot hose on a 2.5 gallon generator, 9 times out of 10, your downstream injector will not work. Well, hold up, guys. That wasn't totally accurate. Why it was not working is because I was using a downstream injector that I bought rather than the downstream that came with the pressure washer, that came set up already with the pressure washer. It probably would have pulled just fine, which it did at some point once I've been using it now. And you guys see me use that same pressure washer. So that theory was right, but you still could pull more if you had used the injector that came on the pressure washer. So the theory was right as far as using a downstream injector that you buy, plus the line that I was using was wire gauge wire, the 25-foot, which also caused friction for it not to work. So in order to just fix that theory, use the downstream that come on the generator itself. Don't go out to buy a downstream injector. Use the one that is already built into the soft wash machine. Here we go. Surface cleaner did its job, but it was not coming out proper because I had a 100-foot hose, so I only got a maximized amount of pressure, which caused me have to even do the surface cleaner a lot longer than it would have with a 100 or 50, with a 25 feet or 50 pressure line. And that theory is correct, because as long as you have an injector on, which allows the pressure not to come all the way through full blast, you have to take that injector off, take off of that line that pulls solution, and you'll have a complete flow. As long as your line is connected to the downstream, which pulls cams, you won't have a permanent flow of water. So the theory is right, but the solution, I didn't give the best solution in this video. So this is Sensei. I appreciate you guys subbing to my channel. This is RPM versus DZM1. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys later. So yes, guys, as you see in the last video clip, I was wearing that shirt and pants. I wasn't feeling very well, went to the clinic, and these are my results.
1029.
You got a feet?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, bub. I'm gonna go up your nose. I don't go very far. I only go about this far. I'll go in one, I twist it a little bit, give you a little break, I'll do the other side, okay? Okay, up one, try not to move for me. Little break. And the other. Alright.
I don't think it was blurry.
It was.
Yeah. back here?
Well, I let all my kids know they got a wedding Saturday. My daughter getting married. Not disclaim, I'm not gonna tell my kids or, people I really love and care about not to come around me because they don't have whatever it is. No, that's just me though. Do what you want to do. Either way it goes. At this point, I wasn't moving around very much. I was upstairs away from my wife, and I was defecating on myself, and my body was real weak. I couldn't hold any food down. I was using the bathroom on myself. I mean, literally, couldn't make it to the restroom. So by the time that evening, around 3 maybe, Saturday, I believe, on Saturday that evening, I was upstairs in the theater area of the house watching my favorite movies, which is action-packed kung fu, karate, or Japanese. And I was just hoping that my body began to feel better, but as you can see. So guys, right here, I was able to finally pick up the phone and record. I asked my wife to record me just to let my family and friends have a video seeing me because they hadn't seen me in over a week. They heard me on the phone getting a little better. So my wife picked the phone up and recorded this right here, which I thank and love her so much for being my backbone and my support. After 9 days and the Hurricane Idol came, I was ready to go. My wife was telling me I can't leave because we had no power, but I insist on getting out of there. And I was just something to deal with at the time, but as you can see, the lady is coming to wheel me out of there. I had had enough. They were injecting me with all kind of shots in my stomach. I felt like I was dying from that alone. But as you notice, and you get towards the end of this video, by me not participating in everything the doctor asked me to do, I began to have some withdrawals in the right side of my body, which caused me to have blood clots. And until today, my arm is still not the same. Hey, y'all. We down in Denham Spring. I think we done gassed that thing up 5 times, maybe. Thank God for a good lady, taking care of me, man. We bouncing back. So guys, in the previous clip, you see me outside. My wife was filling up the generator, as I told you before. I came home the night after Hurricane Idol, maybe a night or two after that hurricane, massive hurricane came through Louisiana. And yeah, I wanted to be home with no power. I was low on oxygen. I just wasn't myself. I didn't treat my wife the right way. I was lashing out. I was just not used to being taken care of like this. Hey guys. Okay, guys, so this is about maybe a week after I was in the hospital for 9 days. I came out and I noticed, my oldest daughter had noticed my arm, my right arm was swelling up and it would not go down. We didn't know. So eventually I found I had blood clots.
You too? You want me to stop pick you up too? You gonna
Girl from around here's been missing for a month.
Christine Cobb, freshman at the community college. State police think that these men have something to do with her disappearance. The thing is, if this guy doesn't go through,
Yes, sir.
they might never find her.
It is.
I don't think you understand, man.
Greetings. Thanking the Most High Yah for all his prayers upon my life. and allowing me to still be in the land of the living, which some of you guys didn't know I was in critical condition for a while with the COVID variant. But thanks to your humble prayers to the Most High, He saw fit to keep me in the land of the living. So I want to thank all of my family and friends. Thank you so much.